when I feel like. You know I don't play right. Just give me the word, You know I don't play right. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like. You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the word, You know I don't play right. You know I don't play right. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like. I'm gonna get back when I feel like. You know I don't play right. Just give me the word, You know I don't play right. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like. You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight.
Welcome along, guys. It is round 6 and we are in Misano, and it is going to be an absolutely unbelievable race this evening. Of course, it is going to be epic with all these guys on track. It's going to be very, very tough around Misano. We all know what it's like in terms of track limits. It is a very big thing on this track, and should be quite fun. We've only 20 cars tonight. We're missing a few drivers tonight, it seems, but either way, these sprints are going to be absolutely brilliant, and it opens it up. So the GT2 class, we have merged them now into GT3s, so it's solely GT3 racing with the 3 GT3 drivers actually all here this evening. Chris Tedder being able to come back from his injury as well, so it's going to be interesting to see what they can pull out tonight. Of course, they're all only getting into this night, and Warren is going to be in our beautiful, beautiful Nissan Skyline. Of course, we're both going to be running that in the LFI race that's happening. Actually, is it this weekend? In Bathurst, 5 hours, and we're going to be doing it in the Nissan. Crazy it seems, but you know what? It's such a fun car. So let's see how Nathan does tonight. Of course, Aaron Holloway out there. Yash is out there. Dominic Geese is here racing. Britt is back So, of course, our supercharged motorsport driver. Great to see Britt back in. Trevel is in. We've given him the name Senna, not after Ayrton Senna, but after Bruno Senna. Be interesting to see what he does tonight. And, of course, he is the owner of LFI that we're doing the 5 hours with. And I'm going to announce now we are partnering up and we're going to be running an endurance event between Supercharged Motorsport and LFI. We're going to be jointly running. It's going to be live on the Supercharged sim grid in the next week or so. It's going to be a 5 hour of the Nordschleife or 6 hour of the Nordschleife. We haven't really finalised that, so probably 6 hour Nordschleife. And yeah, really looking forward to that. More details to come. Keep an eye out on SimGrid or in our Discord. Either way, you'll get that information. So while we are sitting here waiting, let's have a quick look at the standings. I'm going to start off with the Pro-Ams. On the screen, you're going to see it jumping in between both just to make my life a lot easier. So in Pro-Am, Ewan Langley is leading there on 220 points. 16 points behind him in second is Ayrton Usmanov. Then Terry Dunn is behind on 188 points. But behind Terry, though, it's only 6 points to Ben Shawley, with Nathan Warren then with his points kind of amended and brought in across. He's on 170 points. Finley Gamble is only 1 point behind Nathan on 169. Andy Poddycat's on 155 points, with Yash Singh on 152. Then Liam Smith's on 130, and arguably he should be on a bit more, but he was absolutely ridiculously unlucky. So that'll be interesting to see what Limo does there. And then Chris Poddycott next on 117. Then Anthony Ferranti behind him on 104 points. 1 point behind him is his friend Raymond Laprieri, I think it is. Sorry, I think he's giving me some learning, some tips, I suppose, on that. Then we've got Bradley Nielsen Vanguard, of course, coming across from GT2s. He's on 85 points with the amended results, and he is in the Bentley now. Then we have Gatham next on 81 points. Then we have TDT on 79. We've got Mayhew on 71. Then Van Heelsveld is on 66, 57 points for Zidru, and Sartak Ray on 35. Then further down we have Adam Friday, who's on 27, 23 for Robert Strebel. Luis Ferretta is on 18. Oliver Hayes is on 18. Hayden Sweet is on 13. Aijon Meta is on 13 as well. Then we've got Van Ridge, Raum, Shotik, and a few others on 1 point. So we are missing quite a few drivers this evening. But jumping over to the pros really quick while we're on the ball with all this kind of stuff. Degani is in first position on 269 points, and Bruno Zanchini's in second on 228 points. But guys, for the Pro Championship, it's wide open because the two of the guys got into a really big Italian event, so they're going to be missing the rest of the season. So the championship for pros is actually up for grabs. Then we have the biggest contender, which is Andre Batic on joint 167 points with Dario Venalio. And then just behind them is Milan Diva on 152 points. Then Aaron Holloway has a bit of catching up to do, but it is possible. He's on 131 points at the minute. Then behind him is Konstantin Pavlov on 109, and 1 point behind him is Slaven Go. I think Slaven is on holidays this week, so enjoy the holidays out in Spain, Slaven. We missed you, a good admin here. Then we've got Sami Joe Abinaki, who's on 104 points. Then we've Emo Play, who's on 102. Then we have Norbert Gaskell, who's on 95, 81 points then for Aidan Heggart. Then we have Porkishoff on 73, and of course Aidan did get a race ban last race. That's why he wasn't there. He was calling someone out and he was a bold boy, but he's all good on that now. Then we've got Colum Sinnott next, and unfortunately I get his name wrong more times than not, but he's on 56 points. He's a great addition to this community. Ivan Trebeshkov next on 50 points. Then we have Tubenchko, who is actually barred from our community for certain things he was saying, and our community is a safe place. I want to alliterate that as well. So you can come in, race hard and feel hard done by if anything happens, but when you're calling people certain slurs that could offend others, and obviously our community is open to everybody, we want to protect that, and other people know in SimGrid as well. All community owners know about that, so that's all good. We want to keep everywhere safe. Chris Tedder is then next with Britt Batiste on his comeback. Then Kassoff, Dominic Geese, Anonymous Rat, Ashray, Doma, Duxon, Jacobson. Then Pascal Senkbell is down there as well. But Pascal Senkbell, I don't think ever got to race. But yeah, guys, that is that. We are into qualifying, so without further ado, let's get back into it, because we're literally after missing most of qualifying with going through the standings. But you know, it's always important to get that done. The qualifying is probably the least crazy part of tonight's races. So provisionally on pole is Dominic Geese on a 1:33.837 with Vanilio in second, Heggart up in third position. Then we've got Britt in fourth. I think he's a little bit stuck there. I think he's disconnected, is he? No, he's back in the pits, that's why. Colm Sinnott then is in sixth. Senna, of course, as we're going to call him, Trevel is in seventh. Chris Tedder getting up into seventh position, and Chris Tedder using the classic Mercedes livery that's used in DTM but also GT2s. Nathan Moran then in 9th, Liam Smith's in 10th, Aaron Holloway down in 11th. They expected more out of that. Milan Dilva is in, where is he gone now? 8. He's after jumping up. So Holloway dropped down to 12th. Then we got Ben Shawley in 13th, Andy Podicott in 14th, Chris Podicott in 15th, Usmanov in 16th, Terry's down in 17th, Anthony Franta 18th, Yash in 19th, Raymond in 20th. Now don't forget as well, it is a 10-minute qualifying session here, then it's a 30-minute race, and then we're going to be straight back in with another 10-minute qualifying, and then another 30-minute race, and it's full points as well. So yeah, it's going to make for some really, really, really good racing, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what actually happens. I'm sure all the guys are as well. Yeah, so hopefully it is going to be very, very good and very, very nice. Very good, very nice. But yeah, please, when you go and put in quality, think about that lap. Okay, I don't know why Andre had typed in there, but he's not an admin. But anyway, Andre, you crazy whore. Yeah, so hopefully you're all doing well tonight. I'm going to start kind of putting a bit more effort in with my streams for you guys watching, and I'm going to be adding more and more content in the next few weeks as well. So I need to get a few other bits done, of course, limited time with real life and everything else, as you can all imagine. But looking forward to trying to bring better streams and improve the quality of them for the drivers who are nice enough to take place. So yeah, we're just waiting now for the server to calm its cacks and move into the next race. Is there someone on track? No, just taking a second. Oh, there we go. So they have a 5-minute break. We'll go through all the liveries now in a second, as I normally do. Sorry, but we'll get on to that as well. Obviously a few less this week, so I don't need to worry too much, as we're getting ready for race 1 now. Okay, let's try this out. Of course, do my usual, get free controls so we're not jumping up and down. We have that. Right, so 20 cars on the grid. And on pole position is Dominic Geese. I'm surprised he doesn't have a custom livery or hasn't uploaded it, but it's not there. Then we have Mr. Vanilio in second. Then the crazy boy Batek gets up into third position. Batek smells that championship charge and is going to go for it. Then we have, of course, next Aidan Heggart. Then we have Britt Batiste in that beautiful Supercharged Motorsport team livery. It's great to see Britt back into this one. Then we have Colm's beautiful looking Aston Martin. To be fair, I really do love an Aston, and it's rare to see them nowadays. There was a stage in 1.8 you'd see them everywhere. Then this is the DTM / GT1 inspired livery on Chris's car. 100% he downloaded that randomly online. Chris doesn't make liveries. Then we have Milan Diva next, and I still love that ARC livery. I think it really pops on that. And of course Trevel and his lovely livery for the team LFI Racing, and he is in P9. Nathan Warren, this is, for me, I genuinely love this car, and it's not just because I made the livery, it's just, you can't beat an old GTR, to be fair. Then the handsome boy Liam Smith, I like Liam more than Glenn, just so Glenn knows that it's on stream and it's said. Looking forward to seeing what Glenn can do this evening. Although, where is... Oh, Finley's not racing tonight. I thought Finley was. Then we've got Aaron Holloway next, who's in P12. Of course, we've seen that livery an awful lot. Then in P13, we have Ben Shawley, which is going to be very, very interesting because Ben Shawley, of course, has quit doing Formula 1 via his TikTok, from what we've seen. Then we've got Andy Polycott next. And, of course, then Chris Polycott, daddy and son. Absolutely love seeing them on track. And, of course, there was that lovely little birthday boy last week. Then we have Usmanov next. Then we've Terry Dunn. I'm not used to seeing Terry Dunn this far down, so this will be interesting. Then we have Yash Singh next. Then we have Anthony Ferrante and his good friend Raymond Lapriare. So that is that. Yeah, Aaron, I'm actually looking forward to your race with Nathan Moran. And another thing just to mention here as well, you're going to see people absolutely lit coming out here. Will there be any incidents here with the pit exit? People going flat out, going around, because you see that racing line's very close to that, especially if you're racing side by side and someone leave the pits. This could be a place for calamity. Luckily, there is that bit of runoff there as well. But it is going to be mega, mega, mega. So why isn't this working for me now? Yeah, it never works for me when I do it. What's going on? Why isn't my mouse working? Just doesn't want to jump out for me. There we go. Sometimes it does that. Chris, it's a D2 AMG British GT livery based on the older ones. I know the livery, and it is really, really cool. It was used in DTM as well. And I love it. Absolutely love it. So I'm going to run, of course, my little ACC ad again while we start on the formation lap. So, they're just about to get going now. 8 seconds till we're off. We'll go with the helicam as there's a bit of flashing up front there with Dominic Geese. Now, don't forget, it's double penalties on lap 1 for any incidents. Mac Mickey, hi all. Let's go, Milan Diva. Go on, Milan. You're getting great confidence here now. You've got your own little support in as well, which is good to see. So great to have you along, Mac Mickey. As we're about to get going, Dominic Geese on pole position, I think for the first time in Supercharged Motorsport in the times he has been racing. Let's see, can he turn this into a win? And he gets a great start in that Lamborghini there. Vanilio has to just put into second positions. We might as well go off that. Batak stays third, back further. Aidan Heggart stays fourth. Britt's in fifth, going around the outside of Aidan. Can he make this work? Looks like Britt has got himself up in the P4, but Heggart fighting back though. In the Ferrari, Britt holds the inside line. The Ferrari right there. Chris Tedder going for up the inside as well. Oh, Chris Tedder is after getting by. He's going to have a drag race here with the Ferrari, although Aidan Heggart has the inside line here, and Chris has to concede that one there. Colm just behind, looking to try and get involved, but Colm's going to be on the inside of Chris Tedder here. Chris could lose a position. Is Colm going to get 2 positions? Tedder goes back on the inside. Unbelievable stuff there. And look at Trevel getting involved in this one here as well. So Trevel lost so much momentum there trying to get out of it. But Colm is now under pressure from Aaron Holloway up into P7. But is going to run a bit wide. Colm's the inside line. Liam is now getting involved with this one here. Unfortunately for Trevel, that kind of slamming on slowed him down a bit and has dropped him down the line there. Nathan Warren hasn't had the strongest of starts. He's after losing a few positions. But the main thing is, other than Milan Diva, who's had an issue, everybody's got through. So let's see, do we have a replay of the Milan Diva incident with number 8? No, we don't. So that's unfortunate for him. But while that's going on, Batek is on the back of Vanilio here now. Let's see what Batek can do, if he can do that in here. Of course, back further then as well, just jumping on with Aidan Heggart, who is behind Chris Tedder, Colm Sinnott, Aaron Holloway, Liam, Trevel, Ben, Mismanoff, Nathan, Polycott. It's just a train. Like, you look behind Chris Tedder, it's literally just a line of cars within a second of each other, going the whole way across there, which is unbelievable. So Chris doing a very, very good job there. Dominic Eastoe doing a very good job out in front. He's kind of got through the first lap and been able to hold on to that lead, and that's all he needs. MB, I connected on TV. Oh, wow. What happened with Milan? I did miss that, and unfortunately, oh, Senna's gone, or Trevel's gone very well. What happened, Trevel? Did he have a disconnect, or what's happened? Trevel might have had an issue maybe with Milan, and Trevel's put himself pretty much down. I'm wondering, is that what that case is? And if it has, that's fairly good etiquette out of him. Aidan Heggart gets the job done by Chris Tedder, just as we were looking at that. Chris Tedder now has Colm right behind him. Brits, after pulling out a bit of it, about 1.5 second gap in between that. Andre Batek's got up into P2 as well. We missed two very big overtakes. Hopefully we get little looks back at them later on, because that was unbelievable. Well done, Andre Batek. Probably the biggest improvement in a driver I've ever seen in the year that we've been back as a community and offering these races. He's come from being an absolute bomb, and I was a nervous wreck when he used to race. He's, after learning so much, and become such a good driver, and I'm delighted for him. He still makes a few mistakes, as all drivers do, but oh, disconnected TV. Wow, okay, that's unbelievable. That's unlucky. That's very unlucky there. Chris Tedder, though, sticking with Heggart. Aaron Holloway going up the inside of Colm. Does he keep it onto it? I'm going to go this. No, Colm gets the cutback. Aaron just goes too far. Unbelievable there. So Colm doing very, very smart moves. That Porsche is made for this track. Look at Aaron. He's looking for a way, but he's begging. But that Aston Martin in a straight line as well is quite the rocket. So Dominic Geese is 2.5 seconds clear of Andre Batek out front. Dario Vanilio then in third, 1.5 seconds away. Then it's 1.5 seconds to Brit. But then Aidan Heggart, Chris Tedder and Colm and Aaron are all within around a second of each other. So Brit starting to being caught up with now, as the guys kind of settle themselves back into it there. Chris Polycott down at last. I'm after missing what happened, Chris. Car 29, do I have that on there? Okay, there's something here. Oh, he was spun at that stage. So I don't know whether he spun or what happened. Let me see. No. I'm going to need a few tickets here this evening, because that's not being pulled up. Up on Nathan Warren, though, is after gaining 2 positions while we were doing all the replays and looking elsewhere. He is now back up into P11. Of course, started P10. I think it was. So it'll be interesting to see, can he push forward from that one there. Colm Sinnott, though, catching Chris Tedder. Chris Tedder is feeling the pressure. Of course, he has been out with injury, doesn't really race GT3s as much nowadays. He's in the Cup cars quite a bit, and in other racing games as well. He's not as much on ACC as he used to. Of course, runs the Amigos League, so we'll have to keep his toes wet in that. Of course, I raced there on Monday and had great fun. Very rare that I had a Monday free that wasn't got to do with the F1 side of our community, so it's good to be able to be part of that there for that race. Aaron Holloway, though, still there with Colm. He's looking to go for here now. Aaron is. Will he be able to make it happen? Aaron and Colm are side by side. Aaron has the inside line. He's going to go for it here. Colm's not going to be able to get the cut back. Can't even speak. And yeah, that's a move done there for Aaron Holloway, of course. Colm's not going to give up that easy. That Aston Martin eats those curbs a little bit better than the Porsche. And let's go to see the next battle of that. And I think it's quite a fair split as well, because the top 8 are all pros. Unfortunately, Milan being a pro and got spun, but then it's all of the pro-ams after that. So you've got Ben Shawley leading that at the minute, Usmanov next, then Nathan Warren and P3 essentially, Andy Polycott just behind. Aidan Heggart though still putting the pressure on Britt, but is a lot closer now to Britt. So Britt's going to be feeling that. If you're on with Britt here, you're going to be seeing that rear wing get more and more full of that Ferrari by the looks of it. Britt seems to be handling it okay for now. So he is doing a good job. He's holding on to it for now. Let's see if he can keep that going all the way to the end of this race though, because it is still 22 minutes left of race 1 of our 2-race bonanza. In terms of incidents, not many incidents thankfully. Colm Sinnott though is now down in 8th position and is trying his very best to stick with Aaron now and to try and pull back a bit of time. Usmanov though has his eyes full of Nathan Moran and Polycott. Yash Singh then behind. Polycott's kind of getting closer. Terry Dunn's coming back into it where we're used to seeing it. Liam Smith down in P15. Not sure what happened. Liam, he's down 4 positions there from where he started, of course. The biggest winner in that start, let me see, is actually AR Thomas Manoff up 6 positions. Biggest loser is actually Milan Diva and Trevel. So not sure what happened Trevel. Well, we know what happened Milan was the TV incident. We'll call it TV gate. So yeah, Milan will have to just be on a recovery drive really for him. Terry Dunn is putting the pressure on Yash now. Polycott is getting the pressure on him. Warren seems to be actually starting to be able to put a bit of a gap to Polycott because of the battle behind as Milan gets by, as does Trevel. Anthony Ferrante gets out of the way. He knows they're not his battle. He lets them by and gets on with it. Of course, anyone who is a pro-am would want him at Milan by because he is a different split. It makes no difference to the race on where they end up there. As Yash gets by Polycott there, and that was just a nice basic overtake. Aaron Holloway under pressure with Chris Tedder. Who thought we'd ever be saying this? Aaron Holloway putting pressure on Chris Tedder. Oh, Chris gets all over the place there. Let's go back 15 seconds to actually see what happened there with Chris. He just lost the rear. Was it was the curve? The curve. Yeah. Oh, well held by Chris. Well held there. That was quick reactions for a guy with a bandy foot. Aidan Heggart though is still there with Britt Batiste, quite closer now to Britt Batiste, but still no cookie. Yeah, he's waiting for that bite of the cherry. Oh, Chris loses it. Can't park there, mate. What happened to him? Was it a missile by Aaron or was it a missile by the Mercedes? Just the carb again. Very, very loose. But to be fair, where it went, oh. He's under severe pressure. Oh my god, what is he doing? He's having a tough time in the Mercedes. I did offer to put him into a BMW or a Nissan. He's like, nah mate, I got this. So now you've got Trevel and of course Milan next, and Trevel of course named after Bruno Senna here. Not Ayrton. As Nathan now is actually catching Usmanov at a rate of knots here. This is going to be very interesting. I know this Nissan in a straight line is an absolute beast of a car. Nathan has the inside line. He was able to carry more speed. Can Nathan hold on to it? He does. Nathan gets himself through there past Usmanov up into P2 in class. Although Ben Shawley is 6.7 seconds clear. Ben has a great lead in the Pro-Am class. Unbelievable stuff there from him. Then we have, yeah, as I say, Ben there doing a great job. And Ben's not too far off Colm Sinnott, who has Aaron Holloway still as his view there as we go on the interior of Aaron there now. That's what he's kind of facing ahead, but when you look behind, the Aston is literally there just waiting for a chance. But no T as of yet. And then we have Aiden there putting the pressure on Brit. So Colm and Aiden, sorry, should I say, are kind of finding themselves stuck between a rock and a hard place at present. Chris Tedder now down in P18. I'm pretty sure that's a grip related issue. Anthony Ferrante doing a good job in P17. Raymond's down in P20. Only man mad enough to be driving the Ford yet. But it's great to see it out there and great to see people wanting to use it. That's the joys of the LFM bop. And actually I forgot to show you is, oh, sorry, we'll keep driving. So it is here today. So Nathan Moran is minus 22 kilos in the Nissan. The Porsche is minus, oh no, it's the Aston is minus 10 kilos. Everything else is plus. The biggest gainer of weight is actually the Mercedes. 33 kilos in the Mercedes, 13 kilos in the BMW, 5 kilos in the BMW, 13 kilos in the Audi, 3 kilos in the Lamborghini, 7 kilos in the Ferrari. Then what else? We have 1 kilo on the Porsche. Right, I'm getting all these. Oh yeah, so 1 kilo on the Porsche, 10 kilos on the Ford. So the Ford is actually quite good around here by the looks of it. As Tedder gets himself a trip to the drive-through arena, which is not exactly fun, but he is in serving that drive-through now. Of course, it's only a bit of fun for him. He's getting his eye back in and trying to build up strength in that leg again as well. So not a nice injury that he had. Aiden Heggart though still putting that pressure on, and I can say the same for Colm. Doing everything to try to get by Aaron, but Aaron just places the car good. Then this time Colm might have got a slightly better drive and is a bit closer, although going on the grass is not going to help him. And this battle is actually pulling Ben Shawley in, but the only thing is now, if Ben gets up to these, is he going to be able to get by them? And if not, how quick will Nathan Moran catch him? Although Nathan Moran's lost a lot of time to him. Nathan Moran now at 9.5 seconds off, but he's pulled out 2.4 seconds on Liam Smith. Liam Smith's back up in 10. I'm missing so much of what's happening behind. How has Liam Smith got back up there? Fair play to him. I know we've had 1 or 2 drop down, but that's unbelievable stuff by Liam. That's a great recovery up. Terry Dunn up now to P12. That's a phenomenal going for him. Andy Polycott down. Usmanov. Treble back up into P15. Milan now P16. Anthony P17. Chris is down in P18. So Chris was one of the people to have a little bit of a moment. Yeah, but I did say drive-throughs will be a thing for people corner cutting. So it should be interesting to see. Will we see more than one drive-through? That's really hurt Chris. He's down in last position now. He's 14 seconds off Raymond. I have a feeling with 15 minutes to go, he should be able to pull back in Raymond at the least. And that should be his target there. As Yash is getting et there by Senna, although he's gone back ahead of Senna. And so that's all gone back to normal. So let's see what Trevel can do. And Milan behind as well. Milan looking to get another place up. At the minute, other than that then, so Ben is on the back of these here. Aaron's pulled out a little bit of breathing space. This is the biggest gap I've seen in a while, nearly out to 8 seconds there. So it'll be interesting to see, can he do any more with this one here? Time will tell. Time will tell. But at the minute for him, it's actually hurting him a little bit, I think, because Nathan Warren is kind of starting to catch a little bit. Nathan doing a great job there as well. Liam Smith though is trying to catch in on him, so that's a podium position for Liam, Nathan, and then race winning class for Ben Shawley. But Dominic Geese has not been putting anything wrong. Either has this man here, Andre Batek. 4.3 seconds off Dominic Geese. Then Dario Venelio is then 2.5 seconds off Batek. Brit's only 4 seconds off a P3, and he's got Aiden Herger all over the back of him as well. So, you know, none of the podium positions are absolutely dead set, because one little error can go from race win to 5th, you know. So, nothing is actually set in stone. I'm just looking at the gap there. So Aaron's kind of pulled out of it, which is good for Aaron. But Colin, I think, is now being more focused on the back of him, because he's got Ben there. And that's really after pulling him away. I think he's focused too much on the battle behind and not on the battle ahead, because he's not racing for class. So be interesting to see, does he just let him go by, or how does he go about this one now? Because I'm wondering, is he losing time to Aaron because he's kind of focused on that bit behind? Milan right there now with Singh as Senna gets by. And the good thing now for Treble, aka Senna, he is after pulling out about a second gap at the minute, and if this keeps going, he might be able to pull out 2-3 seconds on Milan before Milan gets by Yash, because Milan's kind of stuck at the minute. Like, Yash is entitled to race. Obviously Yash should let him by once he gets to a certain sweet spot. This is the closest I've seen Aiden for a while, and the Ferrari, although he's going for a much wider line. 1/10 in it. Is he going to try to cut back? Oh, it's just he's stuck there at the minute. Britt doing a great job defending. Although, look at this. Britt is under a bit more pressure now, because Heggard is side by side. This is neck and neck. And now Heggard has got by on track just. Britt has the inside line here. And I know Britt's not going to give this one up. Britt and Aiden are side by side. Britt's kind of give it up a little bit. Oh, Aiden though lose a bit. Britt has the inside line. Aiden's trying to squeeze Britt. Britt's trying to squeeze Aiden now. It's going to be the same here. Oh, Aiden is not giving any room. Britt going very wide with Britt, trying to try back up the inside there. I can just imagine Britt right now. Hell yeah! So Aiden has made the move. It's took him the guts of 20 minutes, but he's got the job done. I think maybe a podium was probably too much for these just on pace, as they're now nearly 6 seconds off the top 3. Ben Shawley is still hounding Colin Sinnott, but the difference being there, Nathan is about 10 seconds off. And you know what, that's a seriously good drive from Nathan, because at the end of the day, that Nissan definitely doesn't have the grip of the newer cars. Even with the weight difference in BOP, it doesn't actually make it a faster car overall. It's still quite a tough car, but it's a very fun car to drive. But it's it tends to like to understeer a bit, and you don't have the full confidence in that front end on initial turning. You kind of have to give it a second to load up and grip up. But very, very good car to drive. Yash and Milan have swapped positions, but Yash hasn't dropped off. So it'll be interesting to see. Chris Tedder, as I said, should do it in 15 minutes. It's now 5 minutes in, and he's only 1.7 seconds off Raymond Lapierre. So Chris should get this done in the next lap, I would say. As the pace difference there is nearly 3 seconds. So that's how Chris was able to do it in such a fast time frame as well there. So it's just a matter, Chris needs to get himself off the bottom. He's got a drive through, he's had spins, he's really struggled. But don't forget, he's coming back from a very big issue with his leg, so probably feeling it as well, because after Monday night he was stating that he was feeling it. So it'll be interesting to see, is he going to be able, well, he should get back by, but can he pull anything else? His next target will be Chris Polycott, but that might be a bit too far. Although lap time wise he is only a second faster, so I don't think there's enough there. While Yash here sticking with Milan, to be fair, so not too bad there. Britt is sticking with Aiden, but Aiden's long hard push on him is starting to push away now, because yeah, that's that Ferrari. I think once you get by there, he'd slightly better grip and probably a better feel there. I'm sure Britt will rethink the settings and set up maybe for the second race, and you might go a bit more aggressive maybe a bit more wing, whatever it may be that he needs to give him what he needs. I know the Porsche though is so good on corner exits as well. So Chris Tedder making that move just before the end of that lap with 8 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Chris back up into P19, not last anymore. Would have been weird to see Chris Tedder last. Back up front though, going to go into P2, which is Andre Batak. He's now 5.2 seconds off our leader Dominic Geese, of course. The 101, if you don't know Dominic Geese, is the race number that they use for Untalented Motorsport with my boy Oliver Anderson. I've raced maybe once or twice with him. I can't remember what I done with Untalented, but they're a great bunch of guys, and always a bit of laugh, mad for a bit of pizza and banter. But Oliver Anderson, yeah, great guy, great driver. We always know he's mega fast, and who says that teachers aren't cool? He's studying to be a teacher. I think he passed all his kind of major exams, and he'll be teaching not only sim racing hopefully, but also the UTA tomorrow. Back on with Britt now. He's after dropping to a second off now, so I think for Aidan now he can kind of relax. Running 2/10 faster at last lap. Oh no, it was actually the identical lap times last lap. Apologies, it was 2:10 down Aaron Holloway. So Aaron's not too far off. He's 2.1 seconds off, but he is lapping just 2:10 slower. I don't think he's going to be able to get up there unless something drastic changes, as we are down to nearly 6.5 minutes. So let's see how that goes for them. Bray has come straight back into Aidan. Maybe Aidan had a moment that we just didn't see, but Britt is right there and is all over the back of Aidan. So now Britt will be all excited and revved up now. See what he can do here. And yeah, just I haven't said it on stream actually yet as well. You would have seen the Track Titan logo is now very, very visible there, along with the ACC drive, although I will move the supercharged logo just looking at that because it was in the way. But Track Titan are out now, an affiliate with ourselves. They've offered any of our drivers 30% off their subscription, but also a 30-day free trial with our code as well. And if anyone knows Track Titan, it's a great app for learning where you're going slower with your inputs and everything else, and just makes you a faster driver. So definitely worth a look for all you aspiring sim racers. It works on ACC, iRace, and a setup course, F1, Forza Motorsport, probably one or two more that I've not mentioned. But having for iRacing as well is quite handy, as we all know how technical iRacing can be. And you also, if you go with one of the premium subscriptions, obviously you get 30% off, but you also get then HIMO setups, access to the HIMO setups, and it's unlimited with the it's unlimited with AC and with iRacing, and you get 10 a month from ACC side from HIMO as well. So, you know, even for that alone, it's worth it. We all know with other places every month as well, you pay quite a bit more for setup, so that's always quite handy to have the extra feature. But back on into the race, other than talking about our sponsors, is Senna now 5.5 a second off Misano, as Anthony Ferrante gets himself a drive-through as well. So that's our second of the drive-throughs. So let's see how long it'll take for Anthony Ferrante to go in and serve that one. I would say not too long, but we shall see. Chris Tedder is 7 seconds off Milan, so Chris could find himself up in P18 soon. Ben Shawley got by Colm Sinna and is coming from Aaron Holloway. Ben Shawley has mega pace. That Ferrari seems to be super strong. Of course, him and Aidan are TTM drivers, doing a very, very good job. And just looking at him there, he's just being patient. So Aaron Holloway, his P6 is a threat, but it's only on track. He'll still hold P6 in his split. So let's see how that goes. Liam Smith hasn't really made an impression on Nathan Warren, so Liam will be holding P3 in his split of Pro-Am, and nice to see him actually having a fairly trouble-free race, or fairly, yeah, I would say trouble-free race, I'm going to say it. It's a nice angle there, just carrying the speed through. If you don't love that angle. That's my boy. Good stuff from Lee, and he's just nice and smooth on the inputs and gets it done. And I do like the 2ID livery, as Anthony is in serving his little penalty. And that's the drive-through ended for him there, so that's good to see. Ben Shawley's still about half a second off, but look at this battle here now. You have Yash Singh, Treble and Usmanov less than a second covering the three of them. Interesting. Oh, look at that. Treble is carrying much more speed through there as well. Can he do anything with 2 minutes to go? Where is our race leader Dominic Geese? So there'll be probably one more lap here, as Dominic is so close to the end. Yeah, so that's grand. So Batek now coming to lap Raymond. Well, Finalio though catching Batek, so Batek will be on the flashers. Let me see them Batek flashers. Yes! When I call for them, they're there. He's going to probably do it again on the straight. Oh, jeez, I wouldn't be letting someone by on the exit of a corner like that, because that was on the actual racing line. And he's dipped in behind. Batek gives him the hazards, though. Appreciates someone actually letting it of his eye, so. That's Batek. Kind of guaranteed that P2 now, as Vanilio is going to be stuck behind Raymond for a corner or two more. And yeah, he's actually 1.6 seconds off, so not too bad. And going to go back now. Ben Shaw, he's still putting the pressure on Aaron Holloway, but nothing's really happening with that pressure, because Aaron's just going to focus ahead of him. He knows it's not his race, he doesn't need to worry about it. Senna, Usmanov and Yash all at it there. I'm pretty sure that was the flashes on with Yash. Somehow Senna hold on to that, so let's go back 15 seconds. Just want to see, did he get a bump, or was he just trying too hard? I have a feeling there was a bit of a bump there from Yash. No, just he lost it himself a little bit. He turned it a bit too early and settled the car, and went for it again, but somehow was able to keep it out. But we're going to jump back on with our boy Dominic. He's done nothing but great things now. 15 seconds left on the clock, and he's actually going to be able to get another lap, is he, or is he going to slow down? And he finishes. Does he? Yep. So that is Dominic with race 1 finished. Batek in P2, Vanilio in P3, Aidan Haggard coming home in P4, Britt in P5, Aaron in P6, Ben in P7, P1 in the split, Colin then in P8, Nathan in P9 and P2 in the split, Liam Smith P3 in the split in P10, Terry Dunn's going to come around then for P11, Polycott, Mr. Andy, of course, in P12. Usmanov is in P13. Of course, Andy was the birthday boy last week, but Usmanov all the way to the line, being pushed with Senna and Yash. That was good battles there with them near the end. And Chris Polycott's coming up next in P16. Another good job from him, points in the bag. Then Milan, of course, probably a race he'll forget, but it still has round 2 to go, so not the biggest of deals. Bit of sideways action, and he can go in and recover himself a bit, get his head back into it, and go from there. Chris Tedder's going to finish in the pits, because why not? Then Raymond Laperari, who is already passed now in P19. And then Anthony Ferrante is in P20. So that is it for your race 1. Yeah, that was absolutely brilliant stuff there. And really looking forward now to the second race. And yeah, should be good. Let me see. Just a good bit of banter in the track. Can't find any speed in this track, says Trevel. Would love to know was just sat on the exit at T6 Paddyporter back to tips. Wasn't distracting at all. No clue that was. If you're a lap or had a slow. Now let me have a look. So while all that's settling up, I'm just going around the little thing I've made for Supercharge again. Obviously you can get involved with us. We do have races and all different kind of nights and weather conditions and stuff like that, of course. We'll go through all that again in a few minutes, but just give a quick look at this again. Of course, join our way indeed. Let's see what happens. Just looking at the chat, I didn't see that before the start of the race. Yeah, just to let you know as well, so if you are interested in racing with ourselves, next week is round 7, but it's the 90 minutes of Suzuka. And then our race season finale, round 8, is a 2.4 hour of Nordschleife. So that's going to be very, very good fun. And anyone who knows Nordschleife, you need to be on it there. But it's such an amazing race. And yeah, should be good fun. Let me see what is going on here. So we're into qualifying 2 now. So let's have a quick nose back on track to see what is happening. And of course, it's up to drivers as Usmanov's leaving the pits with Batek. Senna's still in the pits, Tedder's still in the pits. Aiden's out there straight away, so Aiden doesn't want to waste any time. And he's back out. Of course, it's only 10 minutes, and it's up to you to get a lap in. And it is an optimum track. And it will be slightly later in the day as well. It's 6:40 p.m. So the main race will be possibly into the darker side of things as well. But let's see. Not much in terms of wind, only 2 kilometers an hour wind. Track temperature 25 degrees, air temperature 23. So nice drivable conditions. But all I'm going to say is next week I heard it's a very, very, very wet Suzuka. That's all I'm saying. That's what the weatherman's telling me. And Mr. Aaron Holloway, P12 to P6, what a race. Batek P2. Indeed, Aaron, it was an absolute brilliant battle. You had some great racing throughout it, and you got a bit of airtime as well. But we'll be into round 2 as well. But let's keep going in with it now. So, yeah. All on outlaps at the minute. Not much to kind of say about it as they're all just kind of building a gap. Liam's out there as well. Liam's quite close to the car ahead. Who is a polycost. You're going to see people slowing down near the end of the lap. Raymond Laperari's out there. Chris Tedder is behind him. Chris is going to have to let at least a gap of 4, maybe 5 seconds in quality trim He needs to give himself a huge gap to get a lap in here behind Raymond. I'm sure he's hopefully aware of that. Okay, so Andy's letting people by, because when I seen that there, I was kind of thinking, okay, Andy's letting people by, so probably cut away. So now we're actually going to jump on with Aidan Haggard, who is on a lap here now. Let's go into the quali side of things so we can look at sectors. I think Hayden's gone to the first sector there. Doing a good job. Hard on it. Gets the car beautifully done there as well. So this is Aiden's chance for redemption in race 2. I have to say, I do like the Ferrari. I'm not a big fan of driving it, but I like it, if you get me. So Aiden the first, surely to set a time, and a 1:34.5 to beat. And of course, Aidan Haggard now is actually... Terry Dunn got a great lap in there, 1:34.9, 3/10 off in P2 at the minute. Let's see what Dominic can do. Oh, he's only starting his lap now. Duh. Right, Mr. Shrevell, what can you do? Of course, needs a strong race 2 after a tough race 1. Wasn't going to be able to do the final race, sorry. No problem, Britt. No problem at all. Nice to see you in for a race anyway, which is good to see. But there is no pressure in that one. So let's have a look here what Chiba can do. Aidan Haggard still on provisional pole. Usmanov in P3, Ben in P4, Chris in P5 as Colm Sinnott a 1:34.4 for Colm. Back on with Teller. I'm expecting a half decent lap out of this guy. Some say he's washed, I say he's super washed. Slavin, what is the crack, young feller? Hopefully you're having a great holiday. You can see at the start of the stream I did say happy holidays and hope you're enjoying it, mate. And we do miss you and looking forward to seeing you back on track next week. So Chris coming around the final corner here, and where is he going to be on the board? Up in P7, so not setting the world alive just yet. Dominic East though, pole sitter and race winner of race 1. What's he going to do as he comes across the line? Puts himself on provisional pole by quite a margin there. So you've got Dominic East a 1:33.897, Batek a 1:34.2, Colm Sinnott a 1:34.4. Aidan Haggard though is up 3/10 of a second here at the minute. So we're down with Aidan as he goes around. Britt has to go to work, sure. Britt, I know all about it, and of course, with being in America, the times are a bit different, but also I know an American league, and I'll get you involved with that if you want as well. Slavin, I wish I could bring my rig with me. I don't think your wife or family would enjoy that now too much. So Aidan is still up about 3/10 of a second, but not enough to improve. Only one, maybe 2 positions. Not enough to get by Batek. Batek on this lap not improving. Dominic East is improving. Vanilio is improving. Nathan Warren, a great job there up into P7. Gets ahead of Ben Shawley at the minute, although Ben's out in a lap and is up 2/10 at the minute. 3 minutes and 28 seconds to go in this qualifying. Terry Dunn's up 4/10 of a second. That's going to put him into kind of P5, P6 range. And P5 he goes. That's a great lap there from Terry Dunn. Didn't get to qualify properly at all in the first qualifying session. Massively out of position. Now look at him. Absolutely brilliant lap. Further back, Yash needs to get a lap in. Aaron needs to get a lap in. Raymond needs to get a lap in. Anthony needs to get a lap in. Aaron Holloway, it will shock me if he doesn't get a lap in. Liam Smith. All the greens right now, most drivers are improving. Chris Tedder's up 4/10. Liam is up quite a bit as well, as is Andy Polycott. So everybody is really improving as the track goes down a degree since the start of qualifying. So less than 10 minutes, it's dropped a degree. And of course, getting later in the evening here, Liam Smith will jump ahead of Usmanov and ahead of Tedder. Although Tedder's just about to finish the lap, Liam Smith opened the P11. Dominic Geese still on provisional pole. Aidan Heger put himself on 0.035 off Dominic Geese. Aidan Heger set a staggeringly good lap there as well. Vanilio's on another strong lap here as well, but he needs to find some more. Chris Tedder is finding a huge amount of time. That's going to pop him up into the top 7 or 8, even possibly less if he keeps gaining, although he's now stuck behind Raymond Lapriari. And yeah, that's Chris's lap fucked, for a nicer way of saying it. And it's not Raymond's fault. Chris just... that's unlucky. Chris can get to go again, but... oh, I had a feeling this would happen for him. I said it at the start, he needs to give himself a huge gap. So Batek is still in P3, but Dario Vanilio is going for it here. What can Dario do as he's coming up towards the line? This looks like provisional pole for Dario, and it is provisional pole. What a lap. Dominic Geese needs to improve. Wow. That is unbelievable stuff there. And now look at Trevel as well, actually. What the hell? Up in P6. He was telling me he's washed. He might have washed his dishes, but he's definitely not washed on the track. And only half a second off. All these guys have their eye in as well after the first race. Don't forget though, the track is cool and it's getting later on in the day. And Slaven doesn't know yet, but I was talking to the weatherman for Suzuka's 90-minute race next week, and it is going to be pissing rain. Bring your umbrellas, bring your boats. Aaron Holloway still yet to get a lap in properly. Wow. It's a now or never for Aaron, there's no bullshit. Dominic Geese is on a strong lap here. He needs to hold it to the end, although he has these guys just ahead. Chris is getting out of the way, not getting involved with this one. Dominic Geese has a little bit of a tow from Raymond. Dominic Geese will be putting himself back on provisional pole, and by nearly 0.3 of a second. That was absolutely beautiful stuff there. Ben Shawley still improving. Liam Smith's improving by half a second at the minute as well. Some very strong lap times coming in. Go on, Liam. Get in there, my son. Still up by half a second. He's lost a bit of time in this sector. Get in there, Liam. Get up a few more spots. Do it, man. Open to P9 he goes. Good one, my son. Chris Polycott moves himself up into P10. Andy Polycott, no improvement out of him. Aaron Holloway is not going to be getting a qualifying in. He is going to do the first challenge by the looks of it. He's no choice. Trevel still improving. Column and Batek have invalidated their laps as far as I know. Wow. So Trevel here, if he gets this lap in, puts himself up into P4. Can he do it? Let me see. And Trevel does up into P4 he goes. That's a stupid lap from him. Absolutely crazy. Chris there, he went wide in front, and I would imagine that up in their lap, why hold me up, then is beyond me. I think that's the difference, Chris, of experienced drivers and drivers that don't have the experience. And I was saying you nearly need a 5-second gap for your pace versus his, especially in qualifying trim. That was hugely unlucky, but what a difference one race does, because the grid is completely different to what I was expecting. Ben Shawley starting way back as well. Trevel's in a huge spot there for a split win. Terry Dunn, of course, nearly last in the last race because of qualifying as well. But that's it. Look, Aaron Holloway wasn't able to get a lap in. Chris, unfortunately, wasn't able to get a lap in. Wow. Dominic East has the fastest first and second sector, and Dario Vanilio had the fastest third sector as well. Unbelievable. And we'll do the usual, go through the grid as we always do. But yeah, that was absolutely mental stuff there. I'm not going to lie to you. For me, there was definitely a few shocks. Maybe not for the drivers who knew. Yeah, well, on the outlap, the drivers can let by because I've seen one of the polycots doing it. Definitely, yeah. You were just unlucky, Chris, but as well, you could have placed yourself better. It's not just down to him. You could have placed yourself better, but in that situation, I know what me and you would have done, but it doesn't mean they have to do the same, which is frustrating, I'm sure, when you're behind. So Dominic East, pole again. So he's got pole and race 1's win, and pole in race 2. Dario Vanilio, pole or P2 in race 1, P2 in race 2, and he finished third in the actual race. Aidan Haggard, great qualifying from him, up into P3 for qualifying. Trevel, a great qualifying as well, unbelievable. That was unbelievable there. Up into P4. Batek in P5. Of course, came P2 in race 1. Column in P6. Then we've Terry Dunn in P7. He definitely didn't get a good qualifying. And look, it happens. He had a bad one last time. Others have had a bad one this time. Now, Milan, can he have a better race this time? He had a bit of a mare with the TV disconnect last time round. So that's quite unlucky there. Liam split next. A much better qualifying this time. P9 for him. I'm expecting a minimum a P3 again. Then we have Chris Polycott in P10, the son of Andy Polycott. Then we have Ben Shaw. He won the race 1 Pro-Am split. Now he's starting essentially P4. Then we have our boy Nathan Warren, who actually started or finished P3 in his split. And just absolutely admiring that car. I'm so happy with the job I done with that. Right, back on to what I was doing. Then we have Usmanov next in P13. Andy, of course, we'll say it one more time, happy birthday again. He did birthday last week, 67 years young. Then we've got Chris Tedder next. Unfortunately for him, quite a few cars ahead, but he has the pace. Look at those brakes, they'll be glowing red by the end of this. Then we have Yash Singh next. Then we have Raymond Lapriari next. Anthony Ferrante. Then this boy out of position, P6 in race 1. What is he going to do? But yeah, this is the grid. That's what he needs to do, is get by all of these. I'm sure he'll gain a few positions on the start, but can Dom do it again? Can anybody give it to him this time round? That's my question. But while I'm asking those questions, I need to get my mouse back working, because this always happens when I jump in to that like a fucking lunatic. There we go. That's what I've had to do. Isn't that so annoying? Drive. Now it should let me. Yep. Grand. I don't know why it does that. We're going aggressive on the setup. Look out for the yellow turn 3. That's what I like to see. Chris, I backed off so many times on the last corner, but with cars coming, I could not block other. Yeah, I get that, Chris. To be honest with you, it's a frustrating race for you tonight, but it is what it is. It's one of those things, Chris. Unfortunately, shitty qualifying, but look, you have the pace. You're lucky enough. The guys who are massively slower are not in front of you, so it should make your life a little bit easier. Of course, you will have a pace difference on a few of these guys ahead, and you can get by and have a great race, and that's what it's about. Yeah, let's get on with Dommy, and let's get ready to rumble again. And let me know your thoughts on who'll be in the top 3 in this one here. I think Dominic is just unbeatable, it seems, in this track with this car. Of course, starting a bit later in the evening, 24 degrees still. Let's see. There we go. We are getting ready to go. Short run to the line and away we go. I'm not bothered doing the full formation. That's just craziness. Imagine a full formation lap in horse life, but we are going and the lights are green. So there we have Dominic getting a good start there. Vanilio kind of more on the defensive there with Hegart, but breaks up quite late and keeps there with himself. Then we have Senna and Batek side by side. Batek though holding the ground. It seems Senna's dropped a little bit of a position there, as it looks like he has lost that position there to Dilva as well. He's probably lost another position there, as it looks like Polycott's after getting by. Then there's Trevel. Then Column is down in P8. Liam Smith though going for it. Liam could be getting himself up at the P8 coming into the inside in the next corner here. Then it looks like we've got Ben Shawley behind Usmanov. Terry Dunn lost a few positions. Didn't see what happened to him at the start. I'll try to look back later on. Then we got Yash, Chris Tedder, Soraya Laparante, Ferrante, Polycott, all being easy work for Aaron as he's got by. Nathan Warren though down further as well. Nathan's lost out on that start. Unfortunately for him, he is down a few positions. He's actually down 2 positions. It's actually a few, as I said. So Nathan Warren fighting with Chris Tedder. Chris stays ahead. Nathan's kind of had to let off. Yash is on the outside. Nathan on the inside. Nathan gets by. Yash runs very wide though. Nathan though holding that inside line, holding the apex. Chris Tedder though has gotten well by. Nathan has got by Yash. Aaron Holloway's got by Yash. Yash has not got by himself, it looks. But let's go back and see what happened there. See Nathan on the inside there. Oh, he gets a slight touch from Aaron, but that's more down to his own radar, not seeing Aaron there. Aaron had done nothing wrong. In fairness, I will give Aaron that. And normally I'd like to throw stock authority for Dom. Should I do it? Oliver, I'll do it just for you if you want, just to make Dom feel very sad. He had a great race 1 and he's having a great race 2 on the opening lap. Of course, racing any kind of harsh incidents on the first lap, penalty points are doubled for everyone, so any penalties are doubled. Aidan doing a great job. Milan's having probably the best first lap I've seen in quite a while from. Chris Polycott as well, doing absolutely brilliant, taking the lead in his split. Senna then just behind. Liam Smith then holding 3rd position in the Pro-Am class. Ben Shawley and 4 columns now down into P10. Usmanov and Mr. Terry Dunn having a bit of a battle there as well. That's super close here. Aaron Holloway and Nathan Warren though this time round side by side. But that, look at the speed of that Nissan. Nobody's catching that car in a straight. It's just so fast. And lucky for Nathan that's happened, because this is where the Porsche is super strong late on the brakes. The traction out of the corners there as well. Polycott, oh, what's happened there? I was seeing what looked like going to be, oh, did he spin by himself, I wonder? Yeah, just spin by himself. Oh, he'd nowhere to go for Trevel there. That'll be looked after by the stewards anyway. I don't need to look at that. I'm not sure what could have been done different there. Nathan Warren now is just out beside Polycott. And then Trevel not too far behind there is Aaron Holloway. It's got by Trevel. Trevel though carrying quite a bit of damage as well after that incident there. And that's Andy then just behind. Chris Polycott obviously after getting the slap on the side will have quite a bit of damage as well. Senna and Aaron though are still battling, so it looks like in fairness Trevel is trying to get back into it. Terry Dunn on the inside of Usmanov here. He's trying to push Usmanov a little bit wide though. Terry Dunn is pushing as hard as he can, gets a little bit wobbly on acceleration, but unfortunately for that, the wobble, I think, has cost him getting the better traction out there with that one there. But great stuff at the minute there. Dominic East 1.1 seconds clear. Dario Vanilio, who's 2.4 seconds clear of Andre Batek, so we won't be jumping on with that one. Fastest lap provisionally is with Andre Batek at 1:34.467. I'm sure to see that drop as this race continues. Chris Tedder and Terry Dunn right on it there, and Terry Dunn is about a secondish off Usmanov, a little bit less. Then you've got Tedder, Aaron Holloway, Senna, Andy, Nathan, all there looking to pounce. So yeah, it's all looking quite nice. Of course, Tedder and Holloway are in the pro category there on a recovery, so they would have started out a position there. Mickey, go Milan. Milan doing great there. He is up in P5. He's 1.3 seconds behind Aidan Heggart, and he is about 3.9 seconds ahead of Liam Smith, who is leading his split with Ben right behind him. Liam runs a bit wide there. Ben has the inside line. Liam, though, has the inside line for the next corner. This is the joys of Misano. It's super tricky, super tough to get by. So Liam is doing a great job. Let's see, Liam, this is it. We do not want to see it breaking under pressure. Try to get the win, mate. I'd be delighted for you. And I'm sure everyone in 2ID, Matty, Glenn, and all the guys there, and your normal wing partner, Finley, would be delighted for you too. As Terry Dunn and Tedder side by side, and Terry gets the inside line, and away he goes. So Chris is definitely feeling it, I think, a little bit. It'd be nice to see. Not a bother at all, Mark Mickey. I do my very best for all you guys watching. It'll be improving every week. I've added a new intro, a new race intro as well, and a few ads. Of course, we've Track Titan now affiliated with our league and offering all of our members a lovely discount on Track Titan. And of course, ACC Drive are giving the winners of each split a copy of ACC Drive as well. So great little perks for the racers here. As Aaron Holloway not too far off Terry Dunn now, and Trevel's a little bit off them, but don't forget Trevel's carrying huge damage as well. Ben Shawley, Colm Sinnott, Liam Smith, all in a race. And the unfortunate thing here for Colm is, even though he's in a different split, it's going to be hard to try and get these two boys racing in the split for the split win to move out of the way. That's going to be the very, very hard thing to do. So it'll be interesting to see what to do. But now, as we're looking at that, Tedder and Usmanov, let's go back 15 seconds. I just missed that. Tedder gets the better drive, and of course in a straight line then gets by, and fair play to Chris, gets it done out of the bag. And away he goes into the next one. And what's next up the road there for Chris is Colm Sinnott, 2.7 seconds off. Aidan Heggart starting to catch into Andre Batek as well, so we're looking like we're going to have a fight for P3 now as well. Milan Dilva is not too far off as well. He's only about 3.8 seconds off. So these two battling could slow each other down and make it a bit easier for Milan to catch up and maybe snatch another position or two as well. All going very, very good. And I absolutely agree with you, Mickey. You know, Misano for me is a very, very cool track to drive. Great for close racing, and it's all about being technical. And yet, there's not just one line, there's more than one line you can take, as Aaron Holloway here gets his way by Usmanov, and looks like he's after holding on to it there as well. Aaron Holloway pushing by. Usmanov wouldn't have overly fought that one there. But now Holloway 1 seconds off Tedder, and Tedder's reeling in now to Colm and to Ben and to Liam, so Tedder will be looking to get onto the back of this quite soon. You see him just in the background, as is Aaron Holloway, as these are racing there, and you actually see they're slightly in the distance again. Milan Dilva just there, and then slightly ahead of them is this battle for P3, which is Heggart and Batek. All the way back though, from behind Aaron Holloway, you have Usmanov, Terry Dunn, Senna, Polycott, Nathan, Polycott again, Singh. Like, that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars all racing in close quarters of each other, make that 7 cars, as Chris Polycott unfortunately is after either having a bit of a spin or maybe got a little bit of help with a spin. And I have a feeling Yash has helped him to a spin there. Oh, that's unlucky for Chris there. He's not done anything wrong with that one there. That's very, very, very unlucky there. But we're back on now with actually Ben and Liam, because these two are the closest on the track at the minute here. Ben is pushing Liam along. Column's right there for the ride as well, and looking for a way boy. And you know what? I'm going to do an on-board lap in a second. I think with Ben, just for the simple fact of this close battle. So I'm going to shut up. I'm going to enjoy this. I'll just jump back in because this was quite a big one. So Liam gets to run wide there, and then unfortunately him and Colin come into contact, and Liam has lost quite a considerable amount of places now, and Chris is gone by, and looks like Aaron just gets by as well there, so that's unlucky for Liam, but still running P2 in his split, which, while it's not a race win in the split, really could have been a lot worse there. So yeah, it was Usmanov now right behind Liam, but Liam should pull a bit away, I would say. He seems to have the pace, so I wouldn't be too worried if I was Liam now. I'd be more focused on getting my head back into the game, obviously letting the frustration out as well, because it is super frustrating when something like that happens. You just need to kind of get on with it and move on from it. Terry Dundo is putting massive pressure on Usmanov here. Liam's already broke that 1 second gap now and pulling away every second, so Terry Dunn will have Senna, who's second off him, then Andy Polycott's right there. It's kind of spreading out then behind. Yeah, absolutely is spreading out from behind there. Although we're after losing a driver, and I'm trying to figure out who it is. Chris Polycott's still in it. Raymond, it's it is 100% my good American friend. What happened to him, I wonder? Was it a disconnect? That's very unlucky, but while this is going on, Terry Dunn is after getting the job done on Usmanov. Terry Dunn, though, what, about a quarter of a lap ago, maybe half a lap ago, Liam was about a second ahead. Liam's already down to out to 2.2 seconds. So Terry Dunn now has the train behind him. Look at that. So Liam's got himself a bit of a gap now. Terry Dunn is going to be feeling the pressure. Although pressure's for tyres, let's see what you can do there. Usmanov still has Trevel behind, has Polycott, Yash. Nathan Warren, though, maybe struggling a little bit now with the track after losing another degree as well. If they didn't adjust their tyre pressures from race 1 to race 2, it's going to feel a bit different as well after losing a few degrees since the first race also. Over one lap you can kind of get away with it because you're going to be driving a super hard over a quali lap on light fuels. You're going to be much more aggressive in tyre warm-up, and it needs to only hold for a lap. As Aidan Haggard in 4th position, drive through on for Chris Polycott now. That is very, very tough. Sorry about that, he's only 2 laps remaining for that one there. So Aidan Haggard still putting the pressure on Batek, but Batek is not giving in to the pressure. This is the thing. So Batek here doing a good job. I can't commend him enough. He's doing so good. Long way at last. And Haggard drops off a little bit. So Senna now is right there with Usmanov. Polycott right there. Liam Smith only 1.8 seconds off Aaron Holloway. He's 2.5 seconds clear of Terry Dunn. Aaron's 1.2 off Chris Tedder. So it's still super close. Like, anything can happen. One missed corner will lose any of these a good position. Dominic Dees 2.2 seconds clear of Dario Vanilio out front for Untalented Motorsports. There, you're right there. And then 3.5 seconds to Batek. So Batek hasn't lost major ground, even though he is racing hard with Haggard. Maybe Batek not focused on the car behind, is focused on the car in front, and that's all he needs to do. Drive-through for Yash Singh. So that's 2 drive-throughs now equaling 2 drive-throughs in race 1. Any more will be then more than race 1. As I say that, that's what, 2 laps remaining. Okay, so he needs to get that sorted. So Aaron Holloway is catching up to Tether. Aaron and Tether fighting for 8 and 9 place, essentially P7 and 8 in their split. Column is just behind Ben. He's racing for Black Shamrock Motorsport, as he calls it. Milan having a very good race. Unfortunately for Milan, he's not being too much on stream because he's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's 6.3 seconds off Aiden, but he's 2 seconds clear of Ben, so he hasn't really been in a close battle yet to get too much airtime. But just to give him that airtime now for a minute, as drive-through was cleared for Chris Polycott, and he's still out ahead of Raymond, so that's good news for him. So everyone's going all right out there. Back on with the Hegart here because he is super close to Mr. Batek now. This is the closest it's been. 0.1 of a second. He's just showing the nose. He's trying to put off Batek. He's trying to throw a dummy, although that's a huge bit of ping there from Hegart. I'm sure Batek was probably getting scared of that car being a bit wavy. And we have Trevel side by side with Usmanov. He's looking for a way by. And don't forget, we have our online store as well. There's a link for that on my YouTube, as well as on our Twitch, TikTok, and in the Discord. You can get some team merch. I'm wearing our Supercharged Motorsport team shirt actually while I'm doing comms. And I have my lovely Supercharged mug not on me now because it's in the cupboard waiting for a cup of coffee in the morning. We have a bit of gear there, hoodies and stuff like that. Probably a bit too warm, and now being in summertime for hoodie, but never too hot for a lovely Supercharged team shirt. Now Aidan Haggart NP4, still 0.3 of a second off. He's not been able to shake Batek in any way to make him make a mistake. Batek being as solid as can be. 12 minutes and 50 seconds left, so less than half the race distance left. Doing a phenomenal job, you gotta say. So Anthony Franklin, my steering wheel doesn't respond properly now. I can't steer the car like I used to. I have to DNF. Oh, that's unlucky me. No. So Ben Shawley right there with Milan. So Milan now is getting a bit of airtime, because Ben now is less than a second. Aaron Holloway less than a second to Tether. Usmanov less than a second away. Is Yash finishing off, and Liam Smith gets himself a drive-through as well. So we have exceeded the drive-throughs from last week, and unfortunately for Liam, this is going to go from another podium, could have been 2 podiums in a row, to a podium and possibly like a, God knows. That's tough. That is tough. So Ben Shawley in P6. Doing all he can at the minute. Is it enough though? And that's Yash stop go 30. So he must have served his drive through and went too fast into the pits. So talk about double pen, that's a disgusting penalty to get. Luckily it's not Spa is all I'd say, because a stop go 30 in Spa is the most painful wait in all your life. Anyone who knows the GTs in Spa knows exactly what I mean. The length of the pits is just stupid alone. Aaron Holloway is still with Tether, getting closer. Ben Shawley is now all over the back of Milan. The good thing for Milan is it doesn't affect his position in the split, so he can get out of the way if he wants to. and just let him boil though. Meelan's breaking. Meelan's looking for a race. He's saying hell no to this. And that's Liam Smith serving his drive-through now, which is frustrating for him. But we know he had better pace, and it was unfortunate that he did get that hit. And I reckon that hit might have been probably one of the instances that had set off that drive-through, unfortunately for him. Milan though has let Ben by. So now Milan needs to keep ahead of Colum, who's right now in with a chance for maybe going for that P5, which is what it'll be for the pro split. So nothing's over yet. At all. Drive-through cleared for Liam. He ends up out in P15, which is what P1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, P7 in his split. It could have been a lot worse. There'll still be good points for that. Drive-through for Chris Polycott. Jesus, Chris, that is unlucky me. What do you say? There's nothing you can say. So Ben still has Milan right there. Columns right there. Then we have Aaron and Chris still fighting. Senna and Usmanov are still fighting as well. Of course, Senna does have that damage as well. But jumping back on Milan Diva here is still actually sticking with Ben. He's not dropped past that second yet. Milan got that last corner perfect. And holding quite a bit of time. Ben just took that a little bit too slow. And Aiden still there at Batek, but has dropped back a bit now. So Batek showing that he's not cracking. Hager just kind of has to wait and try and push. Possibly cool down the tyres a little bit. And maybe feel what it's like to have front aero again. Don't know how mad the aero wash is on the Ferrari, but I remember on the McLaren myself, if you go behind another car, you could feel the aero wash. It was horrible. Aaron Holloway though, it's a Porsche. Just has a big rear wing. That's all he needs, that diffusing rear wing. Let's see, can he get by Tedder? Aces, what is the crack, mate? How are you, man? But yeah, all going well here. So Aaron Holloway pushing along with Chris now. Is there a chance for Chris to crack this time round? We've seen him crack in race 1 like Humpty Dumpty, but nothing as of yet. He's been much stronger in this race. And don't forget, he is recovering from an injury as well. So if Aaron overtakes him, it's like stealing candy off a child, just to make Aaron feel bad. So Senna, this is the closest I've seen Mr. Trevel now to Usmanov. Poor Trevel got caught up in that incident and got huge damage, but has raced with the big damage. Of course, looking forward to racing again in his LFI rigs this weekend in Bathurst. Myself, and where is my teammate Nathan Warren? This is the livery I made for it, and Nathan's going to be running this livery next season as well. We're using the GTR this Saturday in the race in Bathurst. I had a good go in the Amigos race on Monday just to warm up for it. I've learned that it doesn't like to go over the mountain fast, so I'll know to pull it back a little bit there. Batek still holding up at Aiden, like not at all getting phased by this at all. So Batek's been soaking up the pressure, and Aiden just has nowhere to go. So Batek wants another podium badly. P2 and P3, he'll be delighted with that. Vinilio, P2, P3. Dominic Gisto has been the class of the field. He's 2.8 seconds clear. Pole sitter on both races. Race winner in race 1. And so far, not to use the commentator's course, is looking to get a race win in race 2 as well. I'm sure Oliver Anderson will be waving his t-shirt around if he does that. Of course, Oliver's biggest fanboy. So Trevel is all over the back of his man of Tedder and Aaron Holloway though. They might as well be the one car. Aaron Holloway is all over the back of him now. There's nowhere to go. You've got Colm Sinna, Ben Shawley, Milan Diva is all over the back of Ben Shawley now. Is Ben fatiguing? Is it tyres? What is it? But Milan Diva, while getting caught up super fast, is now under severe pressure from... Ben is now back under severe pressure from Milan after catching him at a rate of nuts. Now he is being hunted down by Milan, even though they're not for the same split. Milan would like to get this done, just being a racer on track. Looking back further, still the same story. Polycott, Senna, Usmanov still at it. Chris Tedder, Senna, all these are getting super close there. I think Tedder just got on the brakes a little bit later. Colin got the better exit out. Tedder still there with Aaron Holloway. Colin still there with Milan as well. Milan's dropped a little bit back off Ben Shawley now. So Ben's after breaking that 1 second gap as well somehow in the last few corners. Aiden's still on the back of Andre Batak, but with just over 5 minutes to go, literally a blink, it could still change around. But I would say, I'd be fairly safe to say, maybe 1 or 2 changes between P5 and P9, but I can't see the top 3 changing now. I can't see Batek cracking. I just cannot see it. He's been driving super solid, super consistent, and I think he's doing just enough to keep Aiden behind. But then again, what do I know? We have lost a few drivers here tonight with connection issues and wheel issues as well, as you'd see. But let's see in race 6 where we are. Of course, as I say, next week it's the 90 minutes in Suzuka. It's going to be pissing rain, so definitely bring an umbrella if you're coming to the stream as well. And then our season finale is going to be the 2.4 in the Nordschleife, which is absolutely brilliant. And that's a nice little kind of warm-up for our endurance event that will be live next week on SimGrid, which is going to be the 6 hours of Nordschleife in conjunction with LFI. Oh, as Milan Dilva is after getting by Colin there. There was a little kiss, but not much of a kiss. Colin trying to hold the inside, but Milan's done enough and says, good luck to you, Colin, I'm on my way. So Milan, while losing the position, has gained it back, and we get back into there. Just keep talking and not seeing what's going on sometimes. But Chris Tedder and Aaron Holloway. Aaron is trying his best to get by, but just at the minute, what I would have assumed like earlier on, he might have done it. It's proven quite hard to overtake someone of similar pace around here. Of course, Chris Polycott needs to serve that drive-through as well. Other than that, so it's thought to be 1, 2, 3, 4 drive-throughs this race. 2 drive-throughs in the last race. I always knew Misano will have drive-throughs being a bit of an issue as well. So let's have a look as we go. And looking quite tasty, I'm not going to lie. So Colin Sinha here, soaking up the pressure from Aaron, who's got by Chris Tedder as well. And I keep looking at the data, not the track at the minute, as Trevel now is going to go for it. He's got the slightly better exit, but this is the thing. He's going to have the better line though on entry, but by corner 2, he's going to have to let off a bit because Usmanov can just slow down, take the apex, and get by there. So Chris Tedder now has truly lost out on that little bit of a race there with Aaron. But that's sometimes how the cookie crumbles. Looking at the incidents, there hasn't been many recorded actually at all. Really and truly, only 13 in the first race contact, 17 in this race, so quite happy with that, not gonna lie. Colm and Aaron Holloway. Aaron gets the job done. For how long though, because Colm is pushing right beside him. He's done just enough. Colm's there, but he's gonna have to let it off a bit as Aaron Holloway, it's a great try from him, last to P7, but that's technically P6 in the pro split. That's great stuff out of Aaron Holloway. And we're coming down onto the last lap now, I would safely say. And this is again the race leader, Dominic Geese. A super successful night of racing for him. Double pole, double win, and I'm pretty sure double fastest lap also. So he's done literally everything and more that he could have been asked to do here this evening. And I'm sure he'll be delighted with that. I'm not surprised because Dominic is super fast. I'm not surprised he's not driving a BMW or Mercedes, as he loves these German cars. because he's the German himself. But the Lamborghini has been a good change for untalented motorsport, and I think Oliver Anderson will be super fast in this as well. We might see him sign up for our endurance that's coming soon enough. And we've probably a few more things coming in the pipeline with supercharged motorsport. And let's see how we go. I'm just doing a few bits of typing here as we get ready for this man, the myth, the absolute legend, Dominic Geese, coming up to the last corner now, and is going to make it a double win night for him. Absolutely brilliant stuff from him. Super dominant this evening, and gets that in the bag. P2 goes to Dario Vinalio. Andre Batak, double podium as well. Him and Dario swapping positions in each race, getting the podiums twice for both of them. Aidan Heggard in P4. Ben in P5. Oh, Aaron Holloway loses it. Oh no, Colm Sinnott goes straight into him as well. What's going on here? So Colm Sinnott looks like he's going to jump ahead of Aaron now. Aaron gets the car back going for Milan. Going to go back 30 seconds to see what happened here though, because Milan had lost it as well. Did he lose it by himself, or what happened? So Milan going to this corner. Oh, Aaron absolutely mows him. Aaron turned into a psycho murderer. Wowzers. Wow. Then you got Terry Dunn. Wow, that was huge. Sorry. Nathan Warren finished the race. Everyone's finished. Wow, sorry, I was just looking at that huge incident. Aaron, what a race. I can't believe I did that at the end. Can I just ask, I'm going to do a few interviews. I'm going to jump on into the voice chat. Come into the voice chat. Or I'll just jump into your voice chat. Aaron, can you just tell the viewers, Aaron, how the fuck that happened?
No.
Come on, tell us, what was going through your mind when you decided to drive through people?
Man, I can't believe I did that at the end. Oh, it's such a good race, and I just done that. Mate, I took that last corner flat, and
no, I seen.
That's on me. It's completely on me, but I did not expect to be that much quicker in that corner.
And is it you forgot that you were racing cars? It wasn't Wreckfest.
He's in my way.
Oh, that's how racing is it?
It's in my way.
Well, the stewards will have a dim look. I'll be looking at that one, and I can smell at least a minute penalty coming.
So I'll be getting a big one for that.
Oh, yeah, you'll be getting a big slap in the arse for that one.
Deserve it, yeah.
Chris, just while you're here, I might as well annoy you as well. Good job jumping in racing. Obviously, with the injury still getting a bit better, but dude, what not the positions I was expecting you to be in boat races.
To the front engine car, mate. I'm not very quick in them anyway. Do you know what I mean? So I took for a laugh and just enjoyed the race, mate.
And do you reckon it's fair to say that German engineering is crap? You need to get back to the British McLaren?
I would have been quicker in the McLaren, definitely, but you know, I just joined in for a bit of fun, don't I?
I know, but you're doing great. As I was saying, like, man, I don't even know how you're back in the rig already, because it's a few weeks earlier than expected.
Yeah. The first race, it took me that race to get used to the car.
Yeah,
I felt like it was all over the shop, but no, like I enjoyed it. I fancied the change, so yeah, take the result.
it was brave though, because the Mercedes are on such a tight track, and it likes to understeer. It was a brave choice.
Oh yeah, it was hard work, mate, but it is what it is, mate.
Absolutely. And Dominic, just because you're here as well, I don't want to give you such a big head, but that was unbelievable, mate. Double pole, double win, double fastest lap. What do you have to say for all your millions of fans out there?
I'm done. I'm just sweating all along. Was so sweaty. But nice to win again. And I think it was my first pole, or my two first poles.
Yeah, I think so. I noticed that as well, yeah.
So I think it was a great weekend, or great evening. It's not a weekend.
Well, it's a weekend race, technically, virtually.
Yeah. So I'm pretty pleased, and I hope it will carry over to next week.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I'm super impressed with you, mate, and especially transition from going from the German. Was it the BMW used to race straight into that? Like, that's I'm very impressed. So in Talented Motorsport, it was a good move. He was maybe to jump into the Lambo.
Yeah, I tested the BMW last time out, and it wasn't the best car. So that's why I retired as well. Not
Yeah.
even like for time reasons, but also for the BMW. And now we did before we switched to a Lambo, we did a Mercedes, and we decided the Mercedes wasn't the car we want to go any further. So that's why we are now with the Lamborghini.
I thought that was a brave move with that Mercedes when you went for it. But no, a great night of racing. And lads, honestly, no, Chris, Batek's biggest critic, honestly, how impressive has he been?
Yeah, he raced really well today.
In
mate.
fairness.
Yeah, done really well, mate.
Will he be back in Amigos anytime soon?
Not yet, mate. Not yet.
I was trying to put you under pressure. No bother. I'm going to end the stream there, guys. Thanks for watching. Watch it back. Like, follow, subscribe. Join Amigos on Monday nights. Join us on Saturday if you want in the LFI 5 hours. And of course, I've announced we're doing a 6-hour Nordschleife on the 27th of July, Chris. I'll have it up on SimGrid on Monday. Posters look well kind of this evening of that as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so fair play, lads. Good racing. And I'll see you for the next race, viewers and racers.
Brilliant.